Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Chicks Talking Pics. And Jenny and I would like to say thank you all for sending your images in and letting us discuss them and post them on our YouTube channel. We think it's very advantageous for people to see these kind of things when they are entering competitions.
Yep.
Jenny, how are you doing today?
Even just to learn from them whether you're entering a competition or not.
Yeah, true. That's true. Yeah. Jenny, it looks like you were in the Tetons.
This was taken in the Tetons in winter, not this year, a few years ago.
Yeah, cool. Brr. And my backdrop came from Yellowstone, not one of my images. I think I got it at the Yellowstone Association gave out some backdrops, and I like this one.
Oh, nice.
So, all right. So we have another show for you today that is a little bit lengthy, a little more than probably it's going to run a little more than 20 minutes, but and what we'll let you know. I mean, we'll see how that all goes. And Jenny, do you want to start with this one?
Okay. I'm guessing this is Cuba. Kind of looks that way to me. There's a couple things that stand out real quick. I mean, I like the mood. I like the yellow and the blue. They're contrasting colors. They're kind of interesting. And digging into the data on it, this was shot at a 50th of a second, which is why the car is kind of blurred because it was probably moving, but it's kind of in that funny place where it's a little out of focus, but it's not enough out of focus to be interesting. So it looks like it's more of a mistake when it's just a little bit out of focus. But the other thing that really caught my eye is that this light up here, and I don't know if I have my annotation tools. Here we go. This first light, it looks like the artist tried to tone it down because it's got that weird gray. I have no data, so I just turned this amorphous gray color. And it's actually more distracting than if it was just overexposed like the other lights, because you expect it. It's a light. You expect it to be overexposed. What do you think? Does that bother you?
Yeah, it does. It almost pulls my eye right to it, rather than looking down the street, where I think our maker wanted us to look is follow that car down the street. The softness, the little bit of movement that I see in the car, I think if you kept this one small enough, nobody's going to really worry about that. But that light pulls me out. If it had just been the same, you can see several lights down the street. If it had just been the same value of those lights, I never would have noticed it.
Right.
What I do really like, though, is I love the blues and golds. So I feel the maker has really, really captured and the mood and captured that all in this image. I like the blue in the windows, even this very first blue on the left-hand side that's coming out of this window is just very attractive and follows the repetition of the blues coming out of the rest of the windows, or lit up somehow down. Not all of them came out of windows, but what I kind of see that might improve the image is the top left-hand corner has that spot that's bright. I would crop that off right there. I would take my tool and crop, let's see if I can get my annotation tools up and running. Yeah, let's see here. I'll show you what I mean here in 1 second. So I would crop somewhere across right here, keep on going across. I think you'll eliminate a couple of problems. It means to be a straight line, but you would eliminate this problem here. That's a white line that comes out of nowhere. You'd eliminate this problem right here, which I think is distracting. This close area right there, I don't know if I hit that or not. but also that top left hand corner. I think all of that is not needed for the image. I'm going to be really picky. I know this maker and he does really good work, but I'm going to be picky on this one. I would eliminate this on the right hand side, not by cropping, but just cloning that out somehow. Other than that, maybe take off a little bit more on the left hand side right here and just let that go into dark shadow and not have any detail in it.
Yeah.
Do you agree, Jenny?
Yeah, I agree with all of those. Yeah, you definitely don't want to come in more on the right because you don't want to cut in closer to the person there.
Nope.
But that little white pieces or lighter piece is a little distracting.
Yeah, I love the dog in the street and the man on the sidewalk and the people even behind that, and the second car in the street. I love everything about it. I just think maybe it'd be a little bit stronger with those suggestions.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And I think I think this maker had a version in black and white too. So let's take a look.
And it doesn't work because you lose that
right
blue and gold that are so attractive. The person stands out a little more, but then so does that lamp that we didn't like.
Yeah, I agree. I don't, this doesn't draw me in at all. So I think the color version is the one to go with.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here we have another black and white image. I can't say if it was the same street, but I'm kind of guessing maybe he was, for the first one, he was down further on the street. I can almost tell where he shot it. But I like the way he's framed or put this subject of the guy and the dog in the lighter part of the street. So that works for me in this image, although I'm not a big fan of it in black and white. And then I like the mural that's on the left. What about you, Jenny?
Yeah, I agree. And you have some movement, which is okay in the person and the dog. I might again crop in on the left because you have that arrow on the wall and the rooftop or whatever that is coming in. You could just darken those down if you didn't want to bring it in. Because they're a little distracting. They pull you out rather than into the image. The headlight, the street lamps all have the same value, which is good. There isn't one that stands out or anything. But yeah, it would be interesting to see this one in color and see if it has the same mood quality that the other one had.
But I wonder why he's shooting it at a 50th of a second.
Let's see this one.
Other than to
this one's at a 10th of a second.
A 10th of a
4000 ISO f3.2.
Well, that tells you why.
So yeah.
I don't think you need an f3.2 here. I think you could, depending on the gear that you're using. I don't know. I don't know. I can't
know if it's handheld.
Right.
It might be a little sharper if this was on a tripod.
But I still think the movement of the people would, the movement of the dog and the guy would
you
still
get that, but it looks like the buildings cocould be just a little bit crisper.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah, I think a crop, I'm gonna throw the crop on here that I think would do well. I think the crop that you need here is somewhere right here on the left hand side, and then also before this white patch on the bottom. So something like that would, I think, help the image. What do you think?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that light patch was helping or not, and I think taking a closer look, I think getting rid of that lighter patch there on the bottom would probably help draw you more into the image rather than pulling you towards the bottom.
Yeah, so this way you're getting rid of that sign, the arrow that's on the left. Make sure you don't include any of that curb there, and clip it right above, right here, this
Yeah,
light part in the street.
yeah.
Yeah, I think those would be help the image. I think those would make some better changes to the image. But other than that, it's a nice image. I would like to see it in color. So,
I mean,
okay.
black and white works in this one more than it worked in the one with the car, I think. But,
because we saw it in color first, I think.
True.
I don't know, I think.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, because that one you had the car with the color. The person
Yes.
and the dog are not going to have the same
Yeah, that's true too.
attractive color. So,
Yeah.
but it's hard to say without seeing it the other way.
Yeah. All right, let's go on to the next image.
Yep.
You want to take this one? I took the last one, I think.
Sure.
So, yeah.
I mean, this is just an adorable little expression and, like wonderment looking at his feet. Of course, immediately the thing that bothers me is the pole coming out of his head. Right. My annotation tools don't want to work anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean though.
This right here.
Yeah.
That's an easy fix. This one, I don't know if it's as annoying.
Yeah, if you could take it out, I would take it out.
Yeah,
just that.
I mean, you could just take it out to this joint here,
right?
And leave the rest of the pole. But other than that, I mean, the expression's great. The framing, I think, is good. The exposure's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that too. And the other little thing I would take out is the very top right-hand corner, that very sliver of light. Yeah, see it? Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, so I think I would do that.
Yeah, that would be easy. Either crop it or just darken it.
Yeah. Now the merge of the feet, the bottom of the heels with the bottom of the frame really doesn't bother me in this one, because the expression just keeps my attention the whole time.
Yeah, it's a little close on the feet, but like you said, I mean, you just keep going back to his face and the emotion.
Yeah. Now, of course, if you're putting this in documentary, you can't make those changes that we're talking about. But any other category or pardon me,
candid people category, if you were entering it in the fair.
Yeah.
I think it would work there.
Yeah, very good. All right, nice job, Terry. Since you put your name on that picture.
Yeah, no anonymity on there.
No. All right, my turn, I think, to go first.
Yep, your turn.
This one bothers me a lot. That waterfall or that water is not the color that anyone would expect. That is blue. There's no way. I think this has a very weird tint to it. I'm just going to say that. I don't know what's going on here. And I don't know why that happened. It's lovely in the lower part of the image, although you can't see any of those white. Yeah, I'm just missing the white.
It did specify in the title this was an HDR, in which case you think that I would expect that there would be a frame that has the waterfall correctly exposed. And I don't think it's at the correct exposure. That's why it looks that funky, unnatural, bluey gray.
Yeah.
It's a little too flat overall. There's no deep shadows. And composition is nice. And I like the movement in the water. I just, the processing needs to some tweaking.
Yeah, and the bottom part of the frame, I don't want to see those rocks in there. I think I would come up with the crop a little bit on that.
Bottom, yeah.
Yeah, the very bottom. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 out of focus rocks that I don't like in there.
There's only a half of a rock or.
Yeah, just the tips of these 4 rocks.
Mhm.
So yeah, I would get rid of those. Yeah, you got to do something with that water. It is just not natural. And I think maybe you have to go back and start over with this one again. Pump up the contrast a little bit. The shadows under the barn, I mean, I can see into the shadows, and I shouldn't really be able to see into those. And so that just tells me you just don't have quite as much, I don't know, contrast as you need in there. So,
Yeah.
Right. Let's move on to the next one. All right, Jenny,
Okay.
go ahead.
And this one also said it was an HDR. And again, I'm not sure the HDR was used to its best use, because there's a lot of spots in the clouds that are overexposed. And I believe those are sheep, but it's kind of hard to tell. I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to be feeling looking at this. It's kind of a nice, serene pasture sort of scene, but there's a lot, am I supposed to be more interested in the sheep or the coast or the sky, which has a lot of texture? I think there's a lot of things going on here that the maker needed to focus in on. What were you feeling? What do you want the viewer to feel? I don't know.
Yeah.
Am I saying everything okay?
Yeah. Oh,
Are
no,
you
no, no.
understanding me?
Yeah, you're making sense. I just think it's completely flat.
Mhm.
To me. I get the feeling. I mean, it's just, it needs some definition. And yeah, and that's again that kind of weird blue feel. If that was the same maker, this one has the same kind of feel to me, where it's not natural. It's not a natural overall global, or maybe they made a global adjustment that just makes all the colors be a little weird to me. Even in the shadows and the background, it's it's blue kind of. It's just
Yeah.
something's not right there. Yeah, and yeah, what are we supposed to be looking at? What is the main thing here that we're supposed to be looking at? So I'm having a little trouble with this one also.
And make
But
sure your
anyway,
monitor's calibrated to some,
yeah, that could be
it
something.
could just be we're seeing the output that the person wasn't seeing on their screen.
True.
So.
Yeah, and talking about color monitoring, it's you need to be a little consistent with it, at least more than once a year on the monitor that you're using. Maybe once a month would be a nice thing to do. The monitoring equipment like X-Rite makes it. I don't even know if Spider makes theirs anymore. Those are a couple of the brands out there. Just Google color calibrating monitors, or color calibrating systems for whatever monitor you're using. And I'm sure you'll come up with a list of them. I use a Spider that's really old, and it's still consistent, I think. Jenny, what do you use?
I actually just use the built-in Apple monitoring color calibration.
Okay.
Which might not be the best, but I haven't seemed to have a problem with it. So
yeah. And I don't think it would harm anything to throw out a name here, John Watts of Watts Digital Imaging, who is located in the San Diego County area. I would highly recommend him for any of your color calibration issues or questions or printing services or anything like that. John is a great guy. He's one of the judges at the San Diego International Competition. and he adjusts and adjusts all the monitors for the competition before the judges even get in to look at your images.
Yeah.
So on a calibrated monitor, we will see an image that doesn't match what you see on your screen. So yeah, I think that we beat that one up. But anyway, so John Watts is a good choice if you're ever thinking about, that's Watts Digital Imaging.
Yeah, I can put the link in the show notes.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great. All right, I think we're at the end here. Yeah, we are. So thanks for hanging in there with us. Hopefully you got some tips from what we talked about today. If you're willing to send in your images, and we hope you are, send them to chickstalkingpics@gmail.com. We'd love to see them. And once we get them, we put them in a queue, and Jenny and I get together and we do a couple of episodes, and then we send them out into the world of internet. And we hope you follow us on our YouTube channel.
And if you're on there, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and click the little bell that says all, so you get notified about every 2 weeks when we put out a new episode.
Yeah. Keep us informed on what you guys want to see. Leave some notes on our channel, and we will respond to you in a timely fashion. So everybody, have a great day. Enjoy your evening, whatever time it is at your place. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Okay, bye.
All right. Bye, everybody.